My child, do not move. Do not reach for that button. Do not let your thumb drift toward anything else right now, because 2 hours ago, in a place beyond time, I opened a door with your name written across it, and that door is closing. You do not feel the clock the way I feel it. You see minutes. I see destiny. And right now the hinge is still turning. The door is still open, but only barely, and what you do in the next moments will decide whether you walk through it or whether you watch it seal shut from the outside, wondering for the rest of your life what was on the other side. I am not telling you this to frighten you. I am telling you this because I love you too much to let you scroll past your own miracle. You were not led here by an algorithm. You were led here by a decision made in the throne room before this day even began. Someone, somewhere, is going to miss this message because they were in a hurry. You are not that person. You are the one who stopped. You are the one who is still reading. That alone tells me something about your heart. And it tells you something too, if you are willing to hear it. 2 hours ago, beloved, I stood at a threshold concerning your life, and I said, open it now. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Not when it is convenient. Now. I said it because I saw what you have been carrying. I saw the weight in your chest that you have not told anyone about. I saw you lie awake doing the math on bills that do not add up. I saw you smile in front of people while something inside you was quietly breaking. I saw the prayer you whispered so softly you barely heard it yourself, and I caught every word of it before it even left your lips. You have been asking me for a sign. You have been asking, God, are you even listening? Do you see what I am going through? Is anything ever going to change? I am answering you right now. Yes, I see you. I have always seen you. And the door I opened 2 hours ago is the answer to that very question you have been afraid to ask out loud. Here is what I need you to understand about doors. A door that stays open forever is not a door of urgency. It is simply a hallway, and hallways do not require faith. But a door that opens for a limited window, that requires you to move while it is still open, that is the kind of door that separates those who receive from those who only ever wonder. I am not playing games with you. I am not manipulating you. I am telling you the truth about how the spirit realm operates. Timing matters. Obedience in the moment matters. And right now, this moment is the moment that matters most. I want you to think back. Has anything strange happened to you in the last 2 hours? A thought that came out of nowhere? A name that surfaced in your mind for no reason? A small wave of emotion that caught you off guard while you were doing something completely unrelated? That was not random. That was the door creaking on its hinges, and your spirit, even without your permission, felt it. If you sense even the smallest stirring in your chest right now, that is your confirmation. Type "I receive it" in the comments. Not later, now. Because when you type those words, you are not just leaving a comment, you are placing your hand on the door from your side while I hold it open from mine. 2 hands meeting at the same threshold. That is how breakthrough has always worked. I never force a door open against your will. I open it. You walk through it. That is the partnership. Let me tell you what is waiting on the other side, because I want you to understand exactly what you are reaching for. On the other side of this door is the financial breakthrough you stopped praying for because you got tired of being disappointed. On the other side is the relationship that needed restoring, not fixed by your effort, but healed by my hand. On the other side is the health concern that has been quietly stealing your peace, finally addressed. On the other side is the version of your life you used to dream about before life taught you to dream smaller. I am not asking you to dream bigger again out of nowhere. I am telling you the door to that life is open right now, and it has been open for 2 hours, and the window is narrowing. I know what the enemy has been whispering. He has been telling you that you missed your chance already. He has been telling you that good things happen to other people, not to you. He has been reminding you of every disappointment, every prayer that seemed to go unanswered, every door that closed when you thought it would open. He wants you to believe that this is just another video, that nothing will be different this time, that you should close this and go back to scrolling. Do not listen to him. He is loud precisely because he knows what is at stake. A thief does not raise the alarm over an empty house. He only panics when there is treasure inside, and beloved, you are the treasure he has been trying to keep from this door. I am going to tell you what happened 3 days before this door opened, because I want you to see the whole picture. 3 days ago, you made a decision. Maybe it was small. Maybe it looked like nothing to anyone watching, including you. Maybe it was simply the decision to keep going one more day when everything in you wanted to give up. Maybe it was a moment where you chose to forgive someone instead of holding on to bitterness. Maybe it was a quiet act of faith that no one applauded, that no one even noticed. But I noticed. I always notice what people overlook. And that decision, small as it seemed, was the key that started turning in the lock. It took 3 days for the mechanism to complete its work, and 2 hours ago, the door swung open. This is why I need you to understand something important. You did not earn this through perfection. You earned it through persistence. You are not standing here because you never stumbled. You are standing here because you got back up every single time you did. That is the kind of faith that opens doors in the spirit realm. Not flawlessness, faithfulness. Now listen carefully, because I am going to give you specific instructions, and I need you to follow each one exactly as I give it, because partial obedience leaves the door only partially open, and I want it open all the way for you. First, I need you to speak this out loud, not silently in your mind, but with your actual voice, loud enough for your own ears to hear it. Say this: I receive the door that is open over my life right now. I will not let fear close what faith has opened. What God has prepared for me, I am walking into now in Jesus' name. Say it like you mean it. Say it like your life depends on it, because in many ways it does. Second, within the next 60 minutes, I want you to do one thing that represents faith in action, not just faith in words. It does not have to be large. It could be reaching out to someone you have been avoiding. It could be writing down the specific thing you are believing me for so you can watch it happen. It could be setting aside the smallest amount of money as a seed, a physical declaration that you believe provision is coming. Whatever it is, your spirit already knows. Do it within the hour. Faith without corresponding action is faith that never gets tested, and untested faith never gets to see the miracle on the other side. Third, I want you to write down the exact time you are reading this. Not because the number itself is magic, but because in 7 days, I want you to look back at that timestamp and remember this was the moment you chose to believe. 7 days from now, beloved, you will see why I told you to remember this moment. I also need to warn you, because love always tells the truth, even when the truth is uncomfortable. In the next 48 hours, you are going to face a test designed specifically to make you doubt everything I have just spoken over you. It might come as an unexpected expense. It might come as a discouraging word from someone close to you. It might come as a wave of exhaustion that makes you want to forget all of this and go back to your old way of thinking. When that test comes, and it will come, I need you to remember the door. Remember that 2 hours of urgency does not erase what was opened. The door remains open as long as your faith remains engaged with it. Doubt is the only thing strong enough to close what I have opened. Not circumstances, not delay, not even the enemy himself. Only your own surrender to fear can shut this door from your side. So when that moment of testing comes, here is what you say. You say, I already received it. The door is already open. I will not argue with what I have already accepted by faith. That declaration alone will carry you through the test, because faith is not the absence of difficulty. It is the decision to keep walking forward despite it. I want to tell you about a woman named Elena, because her story will help you understand what I am offering you right now. Elena had been praying for provision for nearly 2 years. Not extravagant wealth, just enough to stop the constant fear that controlled every decision she made. She found a message almost identical to this one late at night, at a point where she had nearly given up on prayer altogether. She did not feel particularly emotional. She did not feel a sudden surge of faith. She simply decided in a tired but stubborn moment to do what the message asked. She spoke the declaration out loud, even though her voice cracked. She set aside a small seed of money she genuinely could not spare, trusting that the act mattered more than the amount. Within 9 days, a client she had lost contact with over a year earlier reached out wanting to restart a contract that had fallen through. That single contract changed her financial trajectory for the following year. She still says it was not the contract that changed her. It was the moment she decided to act on faith instead of waiting to feel ready. I am not telling you Elena's story to manipulate you into believing something dramatic will happen exactly the same way for you. I am telling you because faith responds to obedience, not to emotion. You do not have to feel ready. You only have to be willing. Now, beloved, before I close this message, I want to speak directly to the specific thing you have been almost afraid to name, even in prayer. You know what it is. It rose up in your mind the moment I mentioned it. That thing you stopped asking me for because the disappointment of asking and not receiving became too heavy to carry again. I want you to know that thing is exactly what is waiting behind this door. I did not forget it. I was never silent about it. I was simply working on the timing, and the timing has arrived. Type in the comments the one word that describes what you are believing me for right now. Healing, provision, restoration, peace, direction. Whatever it is, name it. Not because I need the reminder, but because speaking it is part of receiving it. There is something that happens in the spiritual realm when you stop hiding your need and start declaring it openly. Shame loses its grip the moment truth is spoken into the light. I am going to ask you to do one more thing before this door closes, and I want you to understand why this matters. I am asking you to share this message with one person, just one, whose face came to mind while you were reading this. That was not a coincidence either. That person needs to hear that a door is open for them too. When you share what has been given to you, you are not losing anything. You are becoming part of how I move in someone else's life, and in turn, your own door opens wider. Subscribe to this channel if these words have moved something in your spirit, because what I am about to release in the coming days builds directly on what I have spoken to you today. I do not give everything in one message. I give what you are ready to carry, and then I prepare you for the next. Now hear my final word over you in this moment. The door is still open. I am not closing it on you. I am asking you to close the distance between where you are standing and where I am calling you to walk. Every hesitation, every doubt, every old disappointment that tries to convince you this is not for you, lay it down now. You are not too late. You are not forgotten. You are not standing outside looking in. You are standing at the threshold, and the door has your name on it. I decree that what was delayed is now released. I decree that what was hidden is now being revealed. I decree that the door opened 2 hours ago will not close on emptiness, but will close behind you once you have walked fully through it into everything I have prepared. Receive it, believe it, walk in it. Comment, share, and watch carefully what happens in the days ahead, because I am not finished speaking to you. This was only the beginning of what I have to say. Amen.